Hi, my name's Tessa. I have mild cerebral palsy. I'm trying to process the death of my stepbrother, who passed away on February 3rd, 2019. He had muscular dystrophy. It is really hard to lose a sibling, but I can't imagine being a parent and losing your child at any age. When my parents were married, they had 3 kids. They had my big sister, who was a stillborn. Her name was Laura. Then they had me. I had a stroke or something. I died. Jesus did not want me, so he kicked me straight in the back. But he kicked me straight in the butt and sent me back to Earth. For what reason? I don't know. Maybe to show people love. Maybe to love animals. But there had to have been a reason. I asked my parents for a sister. They gave me my sister. She's 5 years younger than me. Her name's Trista. My parents divorced when I was 5. My dad dated a couple women. He met a woman that had 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy. And within a couple years, they were married. And my mom did have 2 boys. When I was 7 and 8, their names are Quigley and Zachary. My stepsisters and stepbrother, brother, sister, whatever you want to call them, brother, sisters. Their names were TJ, aka Dwayne, Kim, and Peggy. My brother, TJ, we shared the same birthday, so we had every party together. we both had different cakes because I liked my chocolate and he liked his vanilla. We were only allowed to have like one friend over, and I would either invite one of my friends or like one of my cousins, because one of my cousins, we were always together when I was little, and I have experienced several deaths in the past almost 3 years, or about 3 years or something like that. And what is really hard is that my stepbrother, my brother, passed away on February 3rd of this year, 2019. It was the first year that my grandfather had passed away. I'm still trying to figure out how to deal with it, because we knew each other for 20-something years, almost 27 years. I don't remember when we met, but it was a little after our birthdays. um, the funny thing is that step-grandmother and grandpa ran a hot dog stand when I was a little girl for several years. I don't remember when they opened it. It was just this little inky dinky hot dog stand where it looked like you could only get hot dogs, but you could get hot dogs and cheeseburgers and hamburgers and french fries and onion rings, and I can't remember what else you could get besides drinks back then. My grandfather, he used to take my sister and I there once in a while on the weekends, because we would float between there and another place that my grandfather liked to go for lunch on Saturday. And my step grandmother said that she met my sister when she was like 4 months old, and of course I was 5. And it's hard to believe that I knew my step grandparents 3 years longer than I knew my stepmom. I've known them for 30 years. And that means I've known my stepmom for like 27. But that's okay. You eventually find the person you're supposed to be with, and sometimes it takes a couple years. You gotta be very patient, but it's really hard when you lose someone. I I don't feel that I have enough pictures. I don't feel that I have enough videos. I don't have anything but maybe a couple pictures on Facebook that I've taken through the past. And they're not very good pictures, but that's okay. It's just really hard. I honestly don't know how you parents deal with it. If it is super hard for us to lose a sibling, I can't imagine being a parent and losing a child. Yes, today I am married. I've been married for 11 years. We had a daughter before we were born. I mean, before we were married. I'm sorry. She does live with my mom. I'm sorry. My husband and I have lived in places, and I have short-term memory loss, and I try very hard to remember what I'm trying to say, and sometimes other words come out before I finish talking. But of course, everybody does that. Um, Between my father and stepmom, they have lost 3 kids. I can't imagine. I never got to meet my older stepsister, the oldest one. I don't know what she had for disability. All I know is that she passed away at the age of 11, and she was not able to walk and talk, and that's all I really know about her. I've seen pictures, and I just can't imagine. How do you parents deal with it? It's hard as a sibling to lose a sibling. I know my parents were so brokenhearted it took them a while to have me. But I'm always telling my father and my mom that if my sister Laura survived, she possibly could have had a disability, maybe worse than mine. I try to get them to see the good out of it, because I don't know how else to think of it in a positive way. When I was little, I used to make her birthday cards. I used to pretend she was right there and helping me. I had like the biggest imagination when I was a child. But her birthday would literally hit me really, really hard. It must really hit my mom really hard because her birthday is like 3 days before my mom's. I can't imagine losing my little girl. What I would do. I'd go crazy.
Are you live on the computer or something?
I'm doing a video.
What about it? Daddy's gonna look you, buddy, okay?
I have 2 kitties. One of them.
Alright, good.
I have 2 kitties. One of them's name is Muff Potter. We got him in Portland, Maine, from people that did not want him. We've had him for 3.5 years now. My mom gave me a beautiful orange kitty when she was 9 weeks old. 9 weeks old. I told her from the day she was born, I want that kitty. I want that kitty. And I got her. And both of them are fixed. Both pains in the butt. Hate to let us sleep. I do. I have mild cerebral palsy. My husband and I have lived in places that made us sick. We did not have our kitties back then, thank the Lord. But a couple of the places made our previous animals sick. And it even gave one cancer. It's really hard. I'm proud of the obstacles that I have overcome. I'm very happy and proud of the obstacles my mom has overcome in the past. It's difficult. My mom, in October of this year, is going to be moving into a new place, and I couldn't be so happy. I mean, more proud than I am. It's like two baths, 4 bedrooms. I think 3 of the bedrooms are upstairs. But because I got sick from previous apartments, I use a walker and a cane. So I'm thinking of ordering one of each and sending it down to her new home. That's after she moves in. My walker will more than likely stay on the first floor. And my cane will be going not just outside like my walker, it will be going around in the yard too. But my daughter will have to, or whoever can, help me up and downstairs. That's the thing. I have a very, very hard time walking up and down stairs. We all have obstacles. We all gotta find a way around it. Me, I live on my own. Yes, I'm married. I have 2 wonderful kitties, a daughter, and I don't receive much help. Like most people with cerebral palsy have an aide or someone that comes in and helps take care of them. Not me. But that's alright. We all have our obstacles. We all gotta be thankful for what we have. Even if it's hard. So, just remember, no matter what happens, you shouldn't ever give up. I can't tell you or begin to tell you how much of a struggle it is having cerebral palsy and a bunch of health issues such as a chronic disease. No, it's not catchy. You can only get it by living in unhealthy environments. So, you just gotta be patient with yourself. You gotta love yourself. You gotta show people, all kinds of people, love, even strangers, whether or not that they show you love back or not. Can't even begin to tell you how many times I go out and I walk funny, and somebody else, they just assume I'm drunk because of the way I walk. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Excuse me. Can I help you? Are you drunk? Those are the most questions I literally get asked. I can't remember if I get any other questions. But that's alright. It's just a pain in the butt explaining I have cerebral palsy. That's why you should never assume that people drink.
I hate alcohol.
I don't know. We do not drink. Yes, I grew up in a house where they drank, but I don't. Don't like it. Makes me sick. Actually, physically sick. but that's alright. Yeah, if you guys ever watch this video, have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. I am an open book. I love helping people. I actually run a couple Facebooks. I don't personally add anybody on my Facebook, but anybody with cerebral palsy can look up my group. It's called Cerebral Palsy Rocks and Talk. You can only join it if you yourself have cerebral palsy. If you are a worker or a relative or a friend with cerebral palsy, you're not allowed to be in the group. I do have another group called Dating with Rocks and Talks. Is for anybody with any disability, and it doesn't matter what you have. But yeah, I'm just having a hard time dealing with the death of my brother. He had muscular dystrophy. He lived to be 33 years old. I have a 13-year-old nephew that has muscular dystrophy. He's also in a wheelchair, like my brother, and they literally look identical. It literally looks like he rose from the dead. But yeah. I don't work. I can happily say that I'm on Social Security and I don't care what people think. I even get food stamps. I make my own food. I don't buy things to heat up. I prefer my meals homemade, the cheapest that I can, without spending an arm and a leg, and it's really hard. But you gotta be thankful for what you have. I can't even begin to tell you how hard it is to lose a sibling.
You must have closed the window, right?
How hard it is not to cry. Me, I can't get myself to cry more than 2 minutes. I do have a stuffed animal that he gave me. I have one of his shirts.
You got more than one of the shirt there, honey.
He also gave on my husband one of his shirts too. So we have 2 shirts of his, which is awesome. And we went to Disney when we were little. I was 13. I think one of my sisters, Peggy, I think she just turned, or she was in a couple weeks, she was getting ready to turn 13. Kim was about 15. TJ would have been 11. And my sister, she was about 8. And that was cool. We were down in Florida for about 6 days. He brought home this caterpillar. And apparently he really wouldn't give that thing to me. He's cute though. I have it in a bag my sister Peggy gave me for Christmas. I haven't taken it out more than a couple times. You're fine, it's too cold. I live in Maine and a couple past mornings it's been a little chilly. And it is September, so but my kitties help me. I hear them, they cheer me up. Maybe that's why sometimes I can't sleep, because I got the death of my brother on my mind. Can't even begin to tell you how many times it sucks that I go to bed at like 11 in the morning and get up at like 9 at night. Try to change my sleeping schedule. Excuse me, and then I go to whack again. But I'm hoping I get more followers on here. I do have 2 other accounts that I had in the past, but I don't have them anymore. The reason why I don't have them is because I couldn't figure out how to get back in them. And I've tried resetting my stuff. That didn't help. So I ended up making a whole new email. And then I'm like, okay, I need to be able to put my TikTok videos on there. Yes, I do have TikTok. And my name is actually my real name. Why? Because it's how I want people to know me. I don't want to make up a name, a funny name, because it sounds childish. And I was following my daughter on there. Up until recently, I accidentally unfollowed her, and her profile is so private that I cannot do anything about it. I can't follow her because it's so private. And she gets mad at me. Mom, you have so many more followers than me. Your account is private. Sorry, sweetie, but your TikTok is so private. Nobody can add you. You want people to add you. You gotta make it so people can add you. I get that it's safe to have it private, but you're not gonna get no followers following you because they can't see your videos. I'm sorry, love. I love you, and it makes it a little difficult. I know a lot of people on there have private accounts, but hers is so private you can't even, you click follow, and it doesn't even take you anywhere. And I do, sir. Hold on. I show you what I mean. Okay. Here's the thing that my daughter doesn't understand. Okay, this is her thing. You press follow and you get that message. You can't follow due to the privacy settings. That's why she's not getting no friends, people following her. And I've tried to explain it to her. And sometimes she just does not like to listen. Then again, she's 11. But yeah. So, yeah. I don't know how to process it. I don't know how to deal with losing a sibling. It's hard. It hurts. It's sad. It makes you feel like you're gonna scream inside your body. I'm afraid on my 36th birthday, I'm gonna look forward to talking to my brother. But he's not gonna be there. He's there in other ways. It's just hard because we were 6 and 8 when we met, and he was 33, and I was 35 when he passed away. That's a really long time. I don't understand how you parents can do it. No, I know he paid to get cremated. It took him 2 years to pay for it. My parents had something for him in June. My husband and I went down there for the night. They said they were spreading his ashes. I told my husband, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. And I thank God because my husband said, that stuff stinks. And then one of my nieces said, I don't understand. What are they doing with TJ? And I tried to explain it to her the best I could without it sounding too graphic. It sucks. Who's going to share my birthday with me now? I can barely even remember our last words. Hi, Tessa. Hi, TJ. How are you? I'm good. How are you? Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. I can't remember what else we talked about, but I barely even remember saying goodbye. For all I know is I said see you later. I don't know. Maybe that was his way of saying goodbye. But, yeah. But if you have a disability and you have cerebral palsy, hit my group up, Cerebral Palsy Rocks and Talks. And if you have a disability and looking to date somebody, it is called Dating with Rocks and Talks for people with disabilities. No, I'm not single, but I want to help people. I've only got a few people in the group, in the dating group. I'm trying to figure out what I can do to inspire people. So I haven't done too much to the group. It's only been open for a couple months, so I'm just trying to figure out what I should do. But yeah, so I suppose I'll get off here. But I just miss my brother. Just feels like it's not even real. My parents tried to call me that night. I was sleeping. My stepmom says it's okay. That was the last time I heard from my dad's sister. She hasn't wrote me since that day.
You talking about Krista?
No. I suppose we'll get off here before I start crying and crying. Yeah, that's how I feel. But at least he's not hurt and he can breathe. He can do things that he was able to do when he was little. But, yeah.
He was cool.
So,
TJ was cool. I like TJ. He liked playing video games a lot.
but I'm gonna get off here and upload it and stuff. So, now, talk to you later. I'll be making more videos of something else. Not just TikTok. Excuse me. Nope. See you later.